All right. Fire has been lit in my belly this morning. Oh my goodness me. You know those mornings when you wake up and it's just like, and it all channels through. This is a really strong message this morning coming at you about exactly what your life purpose involves. Like, I am the life purpose queen. I know a thing or two about life purpose, right? And it's not what you think it is. So bear with me whilst I share this live stream and then share this really important message. And this is like the most valuable, most important thing that you will ever take away from you, ever. This is like, I get so fired up about this. I get so pissed off about this. I get so annoyed about this because I'm so fucking passionate about it, about what I see in the world. It's just like, man, like, how can you even say that to people? Oh, bear with me. I told you, I got a fire in my belly, so just bear with me while I share this. And I get really, this is what I live for, in a sense of like, this is why I do what I do, because you just, yeah, let me just share this. I'll be with you in a moment. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from around the world and tuning in from around the world. I am going to do a 3-card reading on this life purpose message, this really strong message that I've got coming through about this, because it's so freaking important. It is so important, and it almost makes me want to cry because people just don't get this. But anyway, people are not supposed to get you. Ultimately, they're just supposed to get themselves. Let's be real. Okay. Fire's dwindled away. In a sense of like, okay, people are not here to like understand you, Hannah. That's not, you're just here to teach. Let's be clear about this. But it's such an important message, okay? Because your life purpose, right? Your life purpose is not on the planet yet. When you are working with a coach or a mentor or anything, and they do not understand your vision, like, they are not meant to. And I've learned the hard way that, you know, it's almost like you try and explain it to them, but they're not understanding it. Or, you know, like the thing about your life purpose is that you won't understand the depth of it. You will and you won't. In a sense of like, you'll be so clear on it that nobody will understand it but you. And the biggest thing, like the biggest thing that you need to understand and walk away from with this live stream, with this video, this message, is that you're the only person that will understand the depth of your life purpose. And do you know where that comes from? Do you know where that comes from? It comes from trusting yourself. It comes from trusting yourself more than people will ever trust you or trust anything. Like, the deepest sense of trust. Trust is so clear. When you're confused, you're taking on somebody else's information. When you're confused, you're taking on somebody else's opinion. When you're confused, you're taking on somebody else's message. When you're confused, you're taking on somebody else's, oh, don't do that, don't do it that way, do it this way, you should be doing that, you should be doing that, no, right? And if you need to like recluse away from the world so that you can get really clear for a time, then you need to do that. Because the reality is that your intuition is always guiding you. You do not need anybody outside of yourself to tell you what you need to do. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. And people will, you know, get pissed off at you and tell you you're doing it wrong, or you need to do it this way, or the classic, you know, like, oh, if you're not showing up and, you know, you're just not doing the work, or if your external reality hasn't shifted, you're just not doing the work. No, fuck off with that shit. Okay? Fuck off with that shit. Just because your external reality hasn't shifted does not mean that your internal self is not different. The essence of trusting your intuition is so pure and so clear inside of you that when somebody sits there and tells you that you haven't done the work or you're not doing the thing because you're still in the same position, they don't know what fuck you're going through. They do not know what you've done. They do not know what you've gone through. They do not know what you've shifted. And the reality is about your life purpose is that it doesn't happen overnight. The reality of your life purpose is that you're here to change the damn fucking world. Those people, you know, it's all right, okay? It's all right because everybody's living their own life purpose and everybody has a unique life purpose that's not your own. Like 100%. Like everybody's life purpose involves something deep inside of you that is so synchronistic to everyone else's life purpose. And I guarantee you it is not a carbon copy of the coach or mentor that you're working with. I guarantee it. There is something inside of you that busts out. Everybody comes to a healer. Everybody does some sort of healing work. Like it is definitely something that you go through to uncover and trust your intuition, because your life purpose is born from your unique intuition. Nobody can tell you what your purpose is, but it is here to impact the world in some way, shape, or form. If you're busting at the seams to change something in your life, trust your intuition on that. But do not get disheartened or put down or put off your path because some coach or some mentor or someone out there told you that you're not doing the fucking work because nothing has changed for you. I'm sorry, but they do not know your internal world. They do not know your purpose. They do not know your intuition. 100 fucking percent. 100 fucking percent. They do not. All right, I said 3 cards, I'm gonna pull 5 for this, because this is like, I'm so passionate about this, like it's ridiculous, right? Like the essence of your feeling changes. When you're doing the work, you feel different. Just because your entire reality hasn't changed doesn't mean nothing's changed. Because I guarantee that if you're doing the work, you will be a different person to who you were yesterday. You will be a different person to who you are last year. And you will not react the same to the same situations. You will not let in the same toxic relationships that you should have walked away from ages ago. You do change. Your purpose is uniquely yours. And nobody will understand that vision but you. The only thing that you need to amplify and work on in yourself is trusting your intuition and trusting your certainty, because you know exactly what your purpose is to bring to this world. Like you do. And I guarantee you, you will not find one single person on the planet, not even myself, that will understand the concept of your intuition, of what your life purpose is. Why? Because everyone's intuition is so unique to them, and understanding and distinguishing how that speaks to you is so unique to you. And this is deeply what I teach, is how to understand the language of your own intuition in my Trust Intuition course. Because if you do not fully trust in the deep certainty of what you're here to do, you will not be able to move forward on your purpose. Like no coach, no mentor can teach you your purpose. Your purpose is taught by your intuition. Plain and simple. There are definitely coaches and mentors out there that can help amplify certain aspects of your life because they're living their purpose and they have unique skills that can help unlock certain parts, but they are not your full purpose. 100%. Your intuition is deep inside of you, and it's this solid pillar. It's this solid sense of strength and solidarity, and no one and nothing, no one can compare to that. No mentor, no coach, no healer, no nothing can compare to your own intuition inside of you. Nothing. There is definite reason and space to train in certain skill sets, 100%, and to understand the nature of your intuition and how it speaks to you 100%, and certain marketing courses and other things to create your business like 100%, and mindset shifts like 100%. Everybody's purpose, unique life purpose, works in synergistic nature, just like nature. Just like spring comes and the flowers know to open and the bees know to come. And it's a synergistic, natural, everybody's got their own little purpose. The flowers open, the bees come, they create whatever they do, blah, blah, pollinate. Like it's in a synergistic motion. Everybody's unique life purpose is like that. The bees don't go to a course or training school to learn how to be a bee. They just be a bee. They're not gathering the honey and the pollen and are like, okay, so what's the next step? They just innately know. Their intuition is deeply born. It's an instinctual part of who they are. And if a bee tries to teach a flower how to be a bee, it's not going to work. The flower has its own unique intuition inside of itself to become the flower without even thinking. Your intuition knows the way, but through societal upbringings and means of being, everybody's fucking clouded with trauma and shit. And that's my specialty, is helping you to remove the trauma so that you can be clear in your intuition. Because when people are carrying trauma, it's like bricks on their freaking aura and they can't hear their intuition. They don't know if they're Arthur or Martha, or they're listening to whatever they're listening to. Only you know your unique life purpose. And the only thing that you need to trust is the next step and the next step and the next step and the next step. And the thing about your purpose is that deep-seated knowingness. And nobody will understand that next step that you take. There might be 1, 2, or 3 people that will be by your side to the very fucking end. And there will be people that leave you halfway through. I nearly died 10 months ago when 2 dogs mauled me and ripped me in half. It has been the hardest few months of my entire life. Not when it happened, that was pretty hard, but the last few months and the PTSD that has kicked in. And honestly, I've not had anybody. But I tell you what, when you get to the top, those people that were there in the hardest part, they're the ones to be at the top. You'll always remember the people who are by your side in the hardest part. And the people who disappear in the darkest of dark, the people who just look like you're a victim and you should get out of your shit, do not understand the concepts of trauma. I know on a deep soul level that I walked through what I walked through and unpicking trauma on my fucking own, because all my regular healers, massage therapists wouldn't answer their phone, didn't, like, I'm booked out, sorry, go on a waiting list, never hear from them, like, got it, like, I get it, right? I was getting blocked for a reason. And in those moments when I needed the most help, you will always remember the people that were actually there. And when you're at the top, those people that were there in the darkest of parts are the only people that should be by your side in the top. I know that I had to walk through that trauma and unpicking the trauma by myself on a whole new level, because most people cannot hold space for deep-seated trauma that is the fucking reality of humanity, that is fucked up on such a deep level. And the people out there sitting there judging you for being a victim, I fucking hate that word, by the way, being a victim, and, you know, just get your shit together. It's not that fucking easy, actually, especially when you're on your own. Now, whether you're actually physically on your own, like I have been for the past 20 years without family, I'm a single mom, sure, own choices. This isn't about my sob story. This is about the strength that I've fucking gone through, okay? For whatever reason, I've had to walk this path, and I now see, so that I understand humanity on such a deep fucking level. And all of these years that I have been feeling so alone and thinking that there's something wrong with me because I'm on my own, because I don't have a partner, because I've chosen to be a single mum, like because I homeschool, because I do it all on my own. Like, of course I feel sad about that at times, but on a deep level, I'm understanding humanity. And a big part of my purpose is being born from what I've walked through. Your purpose is also the same. Not about being alone, although you might feel like that, right? Your hardest initiations, the dark nights of the souls, the times that you don't want to be here anymore, the time when it's the hardest part of your life ever, is the birthplace of your purpose. Know that to the truth and core of it. Those most points when people do not understand you, when you felt like so much judgment and shame because, oh, well, everyone else has got a happy family. Oh, everyone else is doing that. Oh, everyone else has happy gatherings and all this sort of shit. And the thing that I've realized in the past 3 months, 4, 5 months, is how much shame I've been carrying because I do it all on my own. And I mean in a sense of I'm like, oh, how can I be successful? I'm not like doing the happy gatherings and all the family events and like, look at me, I've got all these friends. I'm like, I don't fucking want all these friends. Like, I'll have the people by my side who have been through it with me through the darkest of dark, who were the ones by my side when I needed them most. Life isn't just about the good times, but your purpose is being birthed through the hardest times of your life. And the only person that will ever understand the core depth of what you've gone through is you. And the faster you can pull that strength up from inside of you is the deepest part of yourself that is wanting to be birthed into this world. It's the part of you that feels rejected. It's the part of you that's done it on your own. It's the part of you that nobody fucking understands. It's the part of you that is angry and resentful and upset and jealous and just like, what the fuck is going on with my life? How did I end up here? There is a fire burning deep inside of you, and you are a phoenix rising out of the fucking ashes right now. You're still dusting off the shit. You're still getting clear because all those ashes is all the people that you thought that would be there along the way, and they are just fucking not. That is a hard reality to face. When you have been there, when you have looked up to people, when you've been there, when you've fucking put people before yourself, yes, hard lesson, but all of this is the ashes dusting off. And when you're walking out of that fucking fire and you're rising from the ashes, there will be grief, there will be pain because the fire fucking hurts. Let's be real. If we burn ourselves, it fucking hurts. Okay? Let's be real. Yeah? You are shedding aspects of consciousness that you didn't know were there. And you are birthing the same from within yourself. A whole new being is birthing from deep inside of you right now. From the darkest cocoon, your wings are growing back. Your wings are repairing. They're cutting the chains. They're learning how to fly again. That ball and chain is not around your fucking ankle anymore. You are not captive to those that have put spells on you by thinking that you need them. I'm here to tell you, you don't need me as a mentor. You do not need my courses. You do not need anyone's fucking courses or books or mentoring or anything. I have been in constant mentoring, in constant counseling, in constant all this shit for a long time. When I left Perth, away from my family 20 years ago, I left to get away from emotional abuse, physical abuse, all sorts of shit. I was 18. For 3 years over here, on the other side of Australia, which I still live today, I got into hardcore recreational drugs, smoking ice, raving every weekend, skipping work, staying awake for 3 to 4 days. Like, it became my family. I fucking loved it. I fucking loved those days. I loved those days. And then when I was 21, I hit rock bottom. I had a relationship breakup that I was supposed to go overseas for. Broke up before I managed to get there. I was working in a strip club. I was like smoking ice and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And then I found spirituality. For 20 years, I have been doing this work. For 20 years, I've been to counselors, mentors. I've spent probably nearly $500K on like personal development. Like, I've done a lot. And after 20 years of it, I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with you. That you can do it on your own, because I'm living proof. It's not easy. It's not easy being a single mother. It's not easy being a single parent. It's not easy, walking away from people that are supposed to love you and hold you for the rest of your life. It's not easy to continue to hold boundaries where you've been abused, where people continue to point the finger and say, you need psychiatric help. And it's like, dude, I've been in counseling for 20 fucking years. It's okay to hold those boundaries and to just cut those cords. I thought there was something wrong with me because I didn't have my family around me. And the past few months, I've been grieving so hard for that. I love my family. And when I started online and started doing this work and started healing and doing psychic readings, the thing that saved me from drugs, that I would probably be dead by now had I continued on that path. And when I made a choice to get in a car and drive away when I was 18 and left my family, I did not know the journey I was heading on. It was a way to get out. It was a way to do what I wanted to do when I finished school, was drive around Australia. I drove halfway. I managed to land here. There has been many times that I've questioned living here. I was about to move back on the other side of Australia. And I met someone. And I was like, and I stayed because of him. And it was shit. And for a long time, I blamed him because I was about to move home to Perth. Deep down under knowing, inside of me knowing, underneath knowing that God wanted me here, that Spirit wanted me here, to stay here. The last few years of building my online business has not been easy, especially after 2 years into it. My family turned around and told me to stop doing these psychic readings and stop doing this psychic shit and stop doing all this crap. It was that year that I had the biggest, that was when my business started to take off online after 2.5 years of showing up, of doing this work, of copying all the judgments, of stop doing this psychic work, put your daughter in school, go and get a normal job, stop being different, Hannah, stop doing what you love. That year in 2018 was the biggest months of my business. I made a post about it not long ago. Like the first year, I think I made $3,000. The second year, I made $7,000. And then I think the next year it was like, I don't know, I'd made $100K in 6 months. And those hardest times was when my family was saying, don't do this work. Don't do that. Stop doing this. I'm here to tell you that you will walk through fire for your purpose. You will. And nobody will understand it except those who have walked the fucking path. You are not here to fit in. You are not here to be the same. Or you would be. Plain and simple. You are here to change the fucking world. You are here to change the system. Because I guarantee you, if you follow me on Reality Awareness, you see something wrong in the world. You see all this world shit that's going on the past 2 years, especially, that most people have now become conscious of. You see that there's shit going wrong in it, but you don't know what to do about it. You're like, that doesn't add up. That doesn't add up. That doesn't add up. And there's other people who just knew the bullshit the whole time, which is fine. Just because you're different doesn't mean you're not loved. And the person that loves you the most is God, is Spirit. When those two dogs had me, and one had my finger, which I will never be able to use again, one of them had me like this, laying on the ground, the other had my leg. If I didn't have my gumboots on that I always wear out here, I probably would be dead. And I was out there in the paddock, screaming at the top of my lungs, knowing that nobody could hear me, out here in the middle of fucking nowhere. It was the most alone that I've ever felt. And the past few months has been the most alone that I've ever felt. Everything changed. And I am not the same person that I used to be. I used to be confident. Some people would call that arrogant. And this last 10 months since the dog attack, I've lost my confidence. I've lost who I am. And this last month, I'm starting to get myself back. I'm starting to get myself back. And I'm coming back stronger and more certain than I've ever been in my entire fucking life. Because when you've got no one there to save you, when two dogs are ripping you apart, do you know who showed up? God. An angel. I don't know what it was. The only reason they stopped pulling me like a tug-of-war toy was because some light, it was there. I was on the ground and something was there. I talk to angels every day. I've done this for 20 years. That was something else. And I can still feel that presence. But that presence is no longer there. It is here inside of me. Can't put my hand inside of me. And that trust and certainty and clarity of my fucking purpose and who is in my energy field and who is not, and who are the ones that were there for me in the darkest of dark times, that will be there when I'm on my fucking private jets and when I'm on my super yachts and when I'm on all of those pieces, I will fucking remember you because I know exactly who they are. It is okay to clear your fucking life of people who only are there to bring you down. It is okay to fully own the fuck out of who you are. Do you know when I got this tattoos on my face, it was a big ass deal. It was a big deal, as you can imagine. I still get people laughing at me, calling me names. Just someone the other day commented on my live stream and they're like, oh, get that moon off your face, you fucking Satan. And I was just like, who is this woman? Oh yeah, some old woman who's unhappy in her life. Yeah, go on, keep going, block. Fuck off, mate. You have no fucking idea who I am. Do you know what I loved the most about getting these. I mean, I've already got this. It's pretty confronting as it is for people who don't understand tattoos. Oh my God, no, it's really running. The biggest thing that I loved most about this is it's a filter. It was so fucking awesome to walk down the street. The first time I got this done, there's people that would just look away. And there was a man that looked at me with utter respect because he saw who I am. And every time now I walk down the street, it's a filter. Some people ask me about it. Some people snicker about it. I'm psychic, guys. Come on, I can hear you, really. And some people, it's a filter because no longer, and especially in relationship, this is the best thing ever. When I'm ready to start dating, it's the best thing. I'm like, you know, one of my sort of issues, if you may, is like I'm very deep. Okay, I'm super deep. I'm super emotional. I understand emotions like it scares the fucking shit out of people. It's my gift. It's my purpose. I'm here to change the fucking world with it, okay? Because a lot of people don't. They're like, oh, you're in victim state. Sort your shit out. It's like, dude, like, you do not understand the intricacies of why that person's like that is, but I can see it like it's your freaking, I don't know, your book written here in plain black and white. That's my gift. But this, no longer do I get in relationship and they're like, oh, you're a bit deep, or oh, how do you know that? It's like, hey, I'm a psychic, okay? I'm pretty deep. I have a moon tattooed on my head. The moon is such deep reflection of your emotions. I'm emotional. I think I've got like moon rising and then something in Pisces, like, or Pisces, like I'm just like all this water. I'm a Virgo, but I'm all this moon and water and stuff. Like I know my chart and I don't, right? But it's that. Can you imagine what my family thought when I first got this? Would have loved to be a fly on the wall. Anyway. Your purpose, nobody will understand. It's up to you to trust it. My Trust Intuition tribe is and has been my savior. I created that. I created this course. I created that tribe, this tribe. Because when you're a leader, when you're the black sheep of the family, you need people like us that get it. If I didn't have my Trust Intuition tribe, I probably would be dead. And I am so fucking protective of it, of your purpose, because there are not many people that understand it at all. I'm not saying I understand your purpose, but I definitely understand it at the same time. There's people out there that will tell you that you need to sign up so that you make millions of dollars. You need to get your mindset right. You need to do this and that. And what they don't tell you is that there's a whole lot of fucking pile of work that goes in before that. Shit doesn't happen overnight. Trusting your intuition doesn't happen overnight. You can, but you will flick. Because it's called being human, because it's called the environment of people that you hang around, because it's called that when you've got a family or you've got people around you that don't believe in you, that don't support you, you will stay stuck. And then when there's people who you think that support you and then they turn around and they tell you the truth, well, then you know who's going to be there with you at the top, and it ain't fucking them. So I pulled some cards for this about trusting your purpose and that nobody understands your purpose except your intuition. And it's a long haul. Like I've been doing this for 20 years and my purpose has still got another 20 years ahead of me of actually what I want to create in the world. That didn't come. This clarity of my purpose didn't come when I first awakened when I was 21. I just kept following the next step. I kept doing courses, like it's soul food for me to do courses and sign up with this mentor. And, you know, like it doesn't happen overnight. I'm the first person to tell you that you don't need me as a mentor, or my courses, or my books, or anything, or anyone else's. But there's definitely a season for it, especially when you're just starting out. 100% when you're just starting out. Oh, check this out. I'm pretty sure this is a water card. And look, oh, she's got the triple goddess moons on her, like fingers. Look what she's playing with. The reflections. Oops, reflections. Like, yeah, Julie says, I'm 20 years into it too, and yet another 20 years to go. And this is the thing. This is a way of being. This is a movement. This is a tribe. Yeah? Because your family don't get it. I'm going to read these cards and then I'm going to answer, like, speak to your comments there. I'm not being rude. I was just in a flow. So if you need to go, one thing I'll leave you with is that you can trust yourself. Okay? You can trust yourself, what you need to do to be able to move ahead in life. Maybe it is signing up with my courses. Maybe it is signing up with me. Maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's just being by yourself for a little fucking while and sorting your life out. There's no right or wrong, but you know what to do. And there's only certain people that can help you unpick trauma, and especially that's intertwined with family. Because even though I've been living away from family for 20 fucking years, the energetics, it's like I've still been there. And for me to witness it on the other side of Australia, it's eye-opening, to say the least. Okay. So, let's have a look here. Well, I didn't know that this live stream was going to turn into that. All right, I don't know these cards off top of my head, so you're going to have to bear with me. So before you guys go, if you need to go, trust intuition. After all these shifts that I've had, trust intuition investment is increasing on the 1st of January to 10 grand, to 10K. It's 4.5K now. Doors are open. Investment will be increasing. And next year will be the last year that I'm running that course live. So just want to say that my Trust Intuition Training School, which is only the weekly classes, is $11 a month. I'm going to close that in a few days, or the investment will increase to that. So if you want just the weekly classes where we do vision quests, I fucking love that vision quest class that we did in there. It was like insane, and I love doing that. Psychic development classes, there's healing calls in there, there's so much stuff going on in there. So it's $11 a month. That will be increasing soon. And Trust Intuition, like your certification course, that's increasing on the 1st of January. So I'll put the link in the title of this comments. So let me read these cards for you, and then I'm going to speak to your comments because they're important to me. So, okay, so this one first, and it's so interesting, the moon, the emotions, the water, like, and this is the thing that I guess in all this time, you know, thinking there's something wrong with me because everyone has told me that, and I'm like, okay, so I will actually look at that and do the work, and I fucking have. And you know, the conclusion I've come to is that my emotions and my emotional state of being is my fucking gift to the world, in the sense of like how I understand them and how I articulate that emotional, intelligent understanding to the world. And more of that's coming, of course. But that's the thing that shifted my emotions, my clients the most, has been that I've been able to articulate what they're feeling, and then just like, yeah. Yeah, people are scared of personal power for sure. Yeah, it's a water card. I knew. Universal love, divine connection, centeredness, serenity, peace, oneness, boundaries, and disruption. Truly living in the present, a feeling of divine connection, a time of serenity and ease, power born of knowledge and understanding. Oh, just what we've been talking about, right? Power born of knowledge and understanding. There is a reason that you're walking through fire, so that you can understand it, because that is a basis of what your purpose is here to do and help with people. 100% it is. Yeah? a positive emotional state, the power to consciously project your energy, say no to disruptive influences, talk about that, giving life and power to shadows. Why? Because that's how we transmute them. We bring the light down into the depth of the darkness of the ocean that you have buried. That is my gift. That is our gift. As an empath, as a healer, as a psychic, as an intuitive, you have a gift for tapping into people's subconscious stuff. That's why people turn around and call you crazy, because you're picking up what's unconscious to them. It triggers them. You say it, they're like, what the fuck? And then later on, they'll have a realization. They're like, hey, she was right. But they won't tell you that. Sometimes they do. Most of the time they don't. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh, look. I'm just going to read this. It symbolizes a period of time when we can move through life with a serene sense of ease and fluidity, even when surrounded by turmoil or conflict. Just what we were talking about. Like when I, had, in my business for 2.5 years, grinding it out, wondering if it's going to work, which I knew it was, you just have to keep going, right? And all that turmoil was when my business started. You can hold the both. Yeah? You can hold the fire and you can hold the darkness all at the same time. That is our gift. That's what most people don't understand. It's normal, but a lot of people just take a pill or go to the bottle shop or smoke another cone. No. We actually face that. That's scary for people. It's better to just suppress and go and have a cone or go to the bottle shop and keep pushing it under the carpet. Hang on, doctor, there's something wrong with me. Give me another fucking pill, please. So fucking over it. No. That's called suppression. That's not healing. Okay? This one, 2 of Earth. Balancing work and play. Grounding our purpose, I call that. Balancing responsibility and personal needs, being open to compromise, being confident but grounded. Something else we're talking about. Realistic goals and expectations. Take stock and prioritize. Forgive your limitations. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. Our gift to the world is our conscious understanding of what the fuck's going on. You're not crazy, but society is training us to look at us as crazy. Why? Because if everyone was in synchronistic, synergistic flow of their power, nobody would be in fucking power. We know that. Ask for help. There's a time to do things on your own and there's a time to ask for help. You are filled with a sense of purpose. Look what we've been talking about. You have goals and dreams. Nurture them. Be willing to do what is needed in order to make them manifest, but do so with mindfulness and the awareness that all you do has an impact on those around you. When you're seeding a new earth, when you're grounding in your dreams, goals, your reality, you will be met with resistance within yourself, within reality, because you're changing the system and structure of reality. That's why being around people who are doing the same is imperative if you are to actually fucking do it. Yeah? Check out the next card, self. It is so important to be selfishly self. This acts of service to the world is actually not about the world, it's about you. Yeah? The more you can stay deeply connected to yourself and your selfishness desires is what will keep you connected to your purpose. Yeah? The more you are in connection and selfishly choosing what's right for you every fucking time is how you stay connected to your purpose. The amount of times that I've been called selfish, don't think about anyone else but myself, all those things. That's why I went into deep therapy for like 3 to 5 years with a specific counselor, like deeply. And it changed me. And it made me also realize that selfishness and the deep confidence in doing what's right for me every single fucking time is actually what keeps me connected to myself and my purpose. When I start doing things to other people, that's when I lose myself. Like, it's plain and fucking simple, right? when we really look at it. But when we're being told all these things and that you're a victim and that you need to change and you need to do all these things, like, it can send us down a fucking rabbit hole we don't need to go down. It's actually called like walking away from the people that are telling you there's something wrong with you. Let me just say 5 years of pain of your life, by the way, if you listen to that. Self. Establish a unique individual identity, I'm going to add in, which is not of your family system. It is not of your societal upbringing. It is not of your religion. It is not of anything but you. Because all of those things are outside of yourself that have been imprinted as you've grown up as a child. That is not who you are. I'm going to read it again. Establish a unique and individual identity. Be free of definitions and labels. Freedom. That sounds like fucking freedom. You have unlimited potential. How has your past shaped you? Identity is fluid and changing. Who you are is for you to determine. Selfishly me. Are you trying to fit in with the wrong crowd? We just spoke about that. Know who you are. Who do you wish to become? A path of loving expansion because you're tapping into yourself. Let go of herd mentality, societal conditioning, and think for your fucking self. Exactly what I said. Sometimes a mentor is helpful and being around other people in groups that are doing the same as you. And sometimes you just need to fucking do your own thing because you know what to do. But there's a time to ask for help, which is what came through in this card. And there's a time to know when the balance is. This one was also about balancing that. Yeah? And that's in the right now cards. Self, is there anything that wants to jump out about this? The self card represents stepping out of being free of the labels others have bestowed upon you. There's nothing wrong with you. No, you don't need to stop doing this psychic stuff. I actually fucking love this psychic stuff. Hence why I'm doing like a series of live streams for healing about psychic readings. I fucking love doing this shit. I'm getting the love for myself back because it's who I am, because it's what I do. It's what I love. Thank fuck for that, right? Anyway, got a little distracted. Stepping free of the labels others have bestowed upon us and redefining ourselves in a manner that is not restrictive or limiting. It means having the courage to follow your own path instead of the path laid down by others. Look what we've been talking about. Do you know, so many times over this past 20 years, I'm like, why am I on my own? Why am I raising a daughter on my own? Why am I around family? Of course it fucking goes through my head, right? And do you know what it always comes back to? Thank fuck I don't have to deal with anybody else in raising my daughter in the way that I want to raise her. Thank fuck I don't have to go to family gatherings every fucking weekend because I wouldn't get any fucking work done. Like, how fucking annoying would that be? Oh my God. So whilst I fucking miss it, and of course my inner child craves it and wants family and blah, 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 at the same time, I'm like, thank fuck I can just do what I want. Desire. This is what you're hoping for and what you're scared of. You desire freedom. I just started talking about it, didn't I? I desire to be around family, and then I'm like, thank fuck I'm not, so I can do my own fucking thing. You know, I radical unschool my daughter. Thank fuck I don't have someone in my ear telling me what to fucking, how to raise my daughter. That would just be so painful and so hard. Oh my God, we can just do what we want. Oh, that's the freedom I've worked for my whole life. Thank fuck for that. Desire, 126. Telling myself the page so I can get to it because I didn't turn to it. 126. What do you desire most? How much do you want it? Desire compels action. If you don't have a desire about what you want to do for self, I just wrote a blog about this yesterday, didn't I? Did you read it? About what you want to do for self, you'll feel flat, dull, depressed. How about you actually go for what you really fucking want? Make another attempt. Great expectations, great disappointment. Ground your desires into reality. That's what this one was about. Taking your dreams and goals and actions and putting them into reality. What you desire will have a price. Wishful thinking. Has your desire waned or changed? It always evolves, by the way. Let your conscience be your guide. The desire to desire something at the expense of another This is the selflessness though. Selfish desires lack a mirror within. So, desire. This is what you're hoping for and what you're scared of. Yeah? Some people say it's egotistical, and if you're not grateful for what you have, then you're just trying to fill a hole. Now, I've definitely gone through that, and there's a definite thing of like running away from and getting away and feeling better with things to then hitting a wall and then going, actually, it's me within, and then coming into peace with still wanting the whole fucking world, and then also being grateful with what you've got. That does come with an awakening. That does come with growth. Yeah? It's in what you're hoping for and you're scared of. How about you just have what you want? And this one, the Seneschal? Don't know how to pronounce that. I think this one's like the wisdom. Let me just check. Servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, organized, trustworthy, loyal. Do you know what comes to mind when I hear this card? Your intuition. Service to a higher purpose. There we go. Loyalty to authority. The only authority you need to be loyal to is your own self, which is your connection to your intuition and doing whatever the fuck you want. Speak for others. Is your power real or borrowed? Borrowed. It might be borrowed down because you borrowed it from somebody else. This is about taking back your power, the entire purpose of this live stream that I've been talking about, right? Follow the rules or directions given, by your intuition only. Use personal power wisely. This is where we get comfortable in our power. Question everything, fucking oath. Blind loyalty makes one blind. That's when you lose yourself. That's what society is waking up to at the moment, and we know that too. Society is having a big fucking wake-up call and going, what the fuck? Why did I trust them? And now what do I do? Because also I now I don't know what to do about that, because people are seeing a lot of wrong in the world and a lot of people are witnessing it, but a lot of people are still scared to stand up. There's definitely people standing up. There's definitely shit changing in the world, but there's a big fallout coming, and I've been saying this for years, and that's what I'm training my trust intuition healers to do and be there for, because a whole new world is birthing and people don't have the vision for it. People are still trying to do the old, and it's like do all this old stuff, and this shit's falling apart. It's not working anymore. But this vision and the purpose of training intuitive healers to hold the depth of trauma that I understand on my fucking own, let alone the 20 years of like training that I've done, right? All those counseling sessions, and it's like people are like, oh, well, there's something wrong with you. It's like when you're in it, that's training. You understand it, you can hold it. What's humanity coming for? A big fucking wake-up call. What's the world gonna do? Fall the fuck out. If you know you're meant to be in service in this way, trust intuition is for you. Definitely. Especially if you're here resonating with what I'm talking about. This is the overlying card. This is the bottom card of the deck. Check it out. It's a fire card. How about that? Walking out of the fire, stepping out of the fucking fire. And rising and the ashes coming off. Power sharing, mentorship, partnerships, equality, teamwork, mutual interest, ambition, and control. Just what we've been talking about, right? Align yourself with another. This is where I was saying there's a time for self and there's a time for teamwork and being around others that are building the new earth too. Yeah, 100%. Two heads are better than one. A time for teamwork and cooperation. A struggle for power. Seek one who will teach much needed skills. Oh, I think I was just talking about that. An equal exchange of energy. Someone who will help you overcome obstacles. Well, I think that just speaks for itself, what I was just talking about with Trust Intuition Tribe, right? Now is the time for teamwork. In this situation, two heads are better than one, and two pairs of hands make lighter work. So need I say, Trust Intuition investment is increasing on the 1st of January. So the link is in the title of this live stream. It's the last time next year that I will be teaching this course live online. You get lifetime access to it. There's all the training videos there, but it will be the last year that I'm teaching it live in person, online, via Zoom. But the price is increasing on the 1st of January. We start in February next year. Okay, so I'm just going to go through your comments now. Thanks for your patience. Yes, we're never truly alone. We just have to trust our intuition. Yeah, exactly, right? And sometimes it's hard to trust our intuition when the whole world's against you. Yeah, that's a big one. Deeply resonate. Rachel says, deeply resonate with what you're saying, but I just feel so stuck. Chronic medical conditions, unable to work. Yeah, and so this is where we really start taking back power. Yeah. Yeah. And so this is interesting, right? There's so many people that are stuck in relationships that are too scared to take a risk and step out because they don't know how they're going to keep a roof over their head. Well, the reality is that when you stay where you are, you will not be shown the answer. It's like taking the risk, stepping out, and sometimes we never leave that space. Sometimes people will stay there for the rest of their life and be unhappy because they've got a roof over their head. Right? Like, I'm like, if that's happiness, well, I'm sorry, but there's plenty of Airbnbs, there's plenty of ways to like when you move, the universe moves with you. So it's, you know, it's definitely not an easy road. Fuck no, it's not. But what's better? Like staying in an unhappy situation, in an unhealthy, toxic, like soul crushing, fucking dying, like relationship, or actually like trusting your intuition that God has a way for you, and there is lifelines that come along that help you up. But most of the time we're like, oh no, but I'm still too scared. Oh no, but I still don't want to do that. Oh no, because it's comfy here. Right? Everyone's done it. I've done it myself. Like, you know, in business, in life, in all different sorts of relationships. But it will get to a point, or maybe not, where you'll be like, enough is enough. And the thought of staying where you are makes you physically sick. By the way, when you're physically sick is because you're not stepping out of what's making you sick, i.e. not trusting your intuition and moving forward in the direction your intuition is telling you to go is what's making you sick. As soon as you start moving in the direction you go, right, you want to go, is when you start to get healthy. You can be doing all the medical medium, all the meditations, you can be doing all the stuff that's trying to make you healthy, but if you're in an environment and around people that your intuition is telling you to leave, you will not get healthy. You don't even have to do any healing protocols or medical medium stuff, maybe not till later, but you know, like as soon as you leave an unhealthy career, workplace, family environment, relationship, you will start to be healthy. Is it going to be an easy road? Fuck no. But the phoenixes are the only ones that rise out of the fire. And this whole, like, I can't afford this and I can't afford that and I don't have money and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm sorry, but when you want something, you will find a fucking way. When God wants something for you, you will find a fucking way. You will be supported, and you do not know how until you do that. Is it easy? No, it's not. But this whole, I don't have money, but then I'll go to the alcohol and I'll go and buy another bottle of wine or another carton of beer, or I'll go to my neighbor or wherever it is and go get my next, like, you know, cones and weed or whatever the fuck it is. Oh, I don't have money for that. But hang on a sec. Oh, I don't have time to do a 6-month course, but I'll sit there and watch Netflix for 6 months. Like, it's not about the thing. It's about you not even wanting to fucking do it. So why don't you own that and actually go, you know what? I don't want to do this shit. I'm just going to zone out from all the healing stuff because I don't want to change. I actually want to stay in the unhealthy, toxic environment, being sick, complaining about life, saying that I don't have money, all this shit. It's not a fucking, no. Okay, because you're telling yourself that, you're going to fucking stay there. 100%. Don't tell me that you don't have money, because you fucking go and buy food and you pay rent and you fucking buy birthday presents and you buy Christmas presents. Don't tell me you don't fucking have money. Everybody's got money, right? And the more you say you don't have money, the more that you won't have money. The reality is I'm choosing to place my money elsewhere right now, Hannah. And that is definite truth. Do you know what happens? Oh, that's called alignment. That's called you're conscious about where you're placing your time and energy in front of Netflix, buying birthday presents to family who actually fucking doesn't like you. Like, all this shit. Like, don't lie to yourself, and definitely don't lie to me. Needs to be said. Monica, do you know how much you helped me through my dark times, Hannah? Thank you. Do you know how much you mean to both me and all of us in the community? Yeah, I do. I do. That's something that's really held me here, to be honest. It is. It definitely is. Kelly says, I'm drawn to getting stars on my temples. Awesome. I was waiting when this is going to flick through the world, but anyway. I know I've definitely given people courage to get tattoos on their face. I have definitely, I've definitely seen people like see my tattoos and then they've got tattoos and I'm like, yep. This one, yep. 100%. Natasha says, I tell customers, hey, Granny likes stained glass windows in her church. It's completely acceptable for you to have some decor on your temple. I fucking love that. I love that one. I love that so much. Exactly, Natasha. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong because it's got an I in there. You said nailed it. My brain would explode if it happens overnight. And that's the reality. Change takes time. Change takes time. And this whole to change your entire reality, like people are not ready for it. That's why it happens in increments, right? And that's what happens in the brain first. We start thinking different thoughts and it creates our reality and it filters in. If it happens overnight, if we're supposed to like step into a new life, right? And the people who do step into a new life, they've usually done like 10 years or more of work before that time comes and they've energetically, physically are ready to receive it. And that's why they live a completely different life in that moment, because for the 10, 20 years prior, they've been fucking preparing. Yeah? 100%. Thanks, Aaron. Love your passion, drive, energy. You're amazing. Thank you guys for being here. Imagine Dragon Thunder. My life story too. Yeah, awesome. Dark Feminine has been screaming at me. Yeah, I'm like the queen of that. No turning back. Exactly, Julie. We haven't been through all this to stop now. Exactly. That's right. 20 years is just a make or break point, by the way. So is 10 years. So if you're in a relationship or going through anything and you're at that 10 to 20 year mark, know that it's a make or break point. There's lots of different timeline points like that, but it's definitely one. And even though this has been one of the hardest years of my life with so many different aspects, I'm also conscious it's 20 years since I've been away from my family. And when I realized that, I'm like, oh my God, can it just be 2023 already? Do I have to go through this? Because I knew what was coming. Oh, the make or break. I'm like, okay, can it be 2023 already? I love the training school. I love it too. So it's $11 a month. I'm putting the price up very soon. I'm closing the doors for it. We do weekly classes in there. There's so much going on, psychic development, all the things for trusting your intuition, etc., etc. So just comment training school below if you want the link for that. That will be closing shortly. Always learning every day. Exactly. It's just who we are. It's just who we are. Yes, spot on, 100%. Denise says, I've been on this journey for 22 years, left home like you on a 17, turned 18 3 days after. Oh my God, yeah, just like that, right? Oh, it's fucking insane. Yeah. Yeah, definitely sometimes it's heavy, for sure, for sure. Katrine says, I'm Virgo too, moved away from home from Switzerland 20 years ago. Interesting. I've got tattoos as well, been following my heart since I left home. I see the world for what it is. I can see behind the curtain. Yeah, that's 100% what we are. And I think because we step out of the system, you know, I think we naturally do that. But I also think that we, you know, because of what we walk through, we're like, if someone hasn't been to the depths you have, they do not know how to hold you there. Someone can only take you to the depths that they've been, sorry. And that's why a lot of people say, I've done this healing work, it doesn't work. And I'm like, have you worked with me? You know, like it's a thing, right? And it's the same with anything. Like, you know, like someone can only help you to the level that they've done this themselves, that they've gone through what they're trying to help you with themselves. Yeah? Yeah, I love that you're here, Denise. Yes, I love the Dreams of Gaia too. Such a beautiful deck. This is what we've been reading out of. So you can screenshot that if you need to, if I hold it still. She's a beautiful Australian artist, this one. Leanne says, reflecting on this last night, who am I? What am I meant to do? And the answer was, I don't know, because I always did what people expected of me. Yes. And this is where we start releasing that and start finding what we want to do. And this is the veil that's lifting off humanity, by the way, because of the wake up, because of all the shit that's going on. Like, that's what's actually shifting and lifting from reality, from society. That's the wake up that's happening. Yeah, because they just blindly followed, and now they're like, wow, all this bad shit happened and blah, blah, blah. You know, and now they're like, okay, so what do I follow now? And that's why they'll keep following it, but it's not right. And then there'll be a point, or maybe not, that they'll keep following and it's not right. And they'll be like, oh, this isn't right. And some people are like, this isn't right, I'm not doing it anymore. And, you know, like, there's so many people that have changed jobs and careers that they spent all of, like, the whole life doing, and now they're driving Ubers, for fuck's sake, like, because their integrity is stronger than doing that shit, you know? Yep. So Daryl says, you know what happens when people wake up to what reality really is war. So it's better really not to, unless you're willing to die. Yeah, we die 1,000 deaths. We die 1,000 deaths. I talked about suicide a couple of days ago on my live stream. Make sure you go and read that, because when you're dying and when you feel like dying, especially when we wake up, have a spiritual awakening, we wake up, it's war. Like, we're realizing the truth of reality, but we die 1,000 deaths. Our consciousness is dying. It's consciousness that dies, not us. Not us. It's consciousness. It's the consciousness, and it's the shedding of reality that we've been taught and fed since we're fucking in the womb. School, the whole thing. Family, blah, blah, blah. Trusting intuition comes easy with healing. Exactly. And that's why in my Trusting Intuition course, the first 13 modules is all about healing yourself. And we go through healing yourself. The last few modules is when we drop deep into, now this is what we do with clients. This is what happens with clients. This is what you do with your business. This is how you set it up. Blah, 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 blah. Like, Trust Your Intuition, my certification course is it 14 or 15 modules? I always forget. The first 12 to 13 modules is you healing yourself, and I'm taking you through all of that. This is the last time I'm doing it live next year, guys. Then it'll be a self-paced course after that. So suicide is the only way. Yeah, not really. The only thing you have control over is when you die. Fuck no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. In all my sessions with clients, people, and this is what we've been taught from society, okay, societal conditioning and all religions. Oh, when you die, you're an amazing angel and it's better over there. Fuck no, it's not. You just reincarnate and come straight back. And when you die, it is not like that you're happy and peaceful and everything is. When you die, especially suicide, I can't tell you how many clients I've had that have had someone close to them that has committed suicide, and that person on the other side regrets it and is bawling their fucking eyes out and is stuck here because they do not change into some amazing angel when they die. That is not reality. Reality is that person is worse off because now they're stuck there. The only thing that they see is the truth, and now they're fucking remorseful that they did it because they're not magically healed. That person has the same level of consciousness as when they chose to leave the fucking planet. Nothing magically changes when you fucking die. Okay? Exactly. That's my Chris. He's so sorry. Exactly. People who suicide and people who die are not magically angels and happier over the other side. That is a fallacy that we've been taught in this new earth, in this fucking like spiritual thing. Like, I'm here to break the myths of modern day spirituality, and that is one fucking big one of them. Because we're taught that it's better over there, and I tell you, it's fucking not. There's so much more darkness over there than what there is here. We're kind of protected of it when we're here. Okay? Like, that is reality. I can't tell, like, I'm writing a book about it because there's so much that I want to say about it, because we've been taught that it's better over there, and it's not. It is not. I did a live stream on suicide just a couple of days ago. Make sure you scroll my page and go and find it, Daryl. It's not. It's fucking not. And the only thing that you have control over, actually, is not when you die. Fuck no. The only thing that you have control over is what you're thinking. That's it. You control what you think. therefore then what you feel. That is the only thing you have control over, is your thoughts. And don't tell me you don't, that just means you've got a weak fucking mind. Okay? Because if you're thinking, I hate myself, that's you choosing that thought. You have the power to go, actually, I don't want to think that thought anymore. I'm going to think this. Don't star me. Denise says, I have no idea what is my actual purpose or where I could fit in this area. Or it could be I'm not listening. I've definitely been told to stop doing courses. It's time for you to step out and actually do. Okay, awesome. So start doing. And if you don't know what that is, well, that's where a mentor comes in. Like there's a time for trying to figure it out on your own, and there's a time for fast tracking and actually doing it with a mentor when you've been trying to figure it out for too long. Natasha says, you gave your power away then. You can control many things about your life. Exactly, right? Exactly. That need to fuck up. Yeah, apparently. That's why you're still here listening to me, I'm sure. It's women with big mouths like this that need to fuck up. Actually, maybe you should actually listen. Otherwise, just fuck off. Why are you still listening if I'm here and I need to shut the fuck up? No, you need to leave if that's how you feel. See what you're not in control of? Your own fucking mind right now. Oh my God. Come on. Christine says, I'm sometimes scared I won't make it this lifetime around to be successful or make it, as if there's not enough time. And do you know what that is? That is a fucking fallacy. This is what we're taught in society, in the marketing, you need to buy this now because you're going to miss out. It's everything. Oh, quick, this is on sale in the supermarket. Quick, it's cheaper. Like we're being taught that. It's lack, scarcity, and fear. This is where the shift from in the internal game comes into stepping into abundance, stepping into clarity, stepping into all that. If you're not stepping into that, that's where the work comes in. If you're not successful now, it's an internal thing, not an external. Natasha says, in reality, we make you uncomfortable because we have to control of ourselves. Yeah, because we're triggering something that is arising in you. It's called your power that you are not taking back, that you think suicide is the answer out. Yeah, exactly, Kaya. Yeah, he's sorry. And that's the thing, right? People, and people suicide for whatever reasons it is. But I tell you what, they're remorseful on the other side and they're stuck here witnessing the truth. That's the only thing they see clearly is the truth, but they can't do anything about it. And they're stuck in the same consciousness as they was when they left. And they're usually a lot more sadder and bawling their eyes out, and this is remorse, pure remorse and regret. So Monica says, but if people are just waking up now, does that mean we just have to wait for them to keep up until they reach where we are as we already reached there long ago? No, we just need to keep doing our thing. So the thing is that I'm finding is that a lot of people are waking up now and they're going through it faster. Like, I don't know what the right words are. Like everyone's going to go at their own pace, right? But that doesn't mean that we slow down, right? It's that, we keep going and everyone will wake at their own time. It's like I was giving that analogy of nature with the bees and the flowers and stuff. Like there's all divine timing within the synchronicity of it. And the more we focus on what they're doing and they're not doing it fast enough is our own thing that we're not doing what we're meant to be doing. If you're focusing on other people, it means that you're not got the courage to do your own purpose work. Plain and simple. It's not them, it's you. Christine says, so interesting because I want to work in palliative care. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I needed to hear this. I felt so heavy and sad. Thank you. I'm stepping in now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and what is success? Define success. Nobody can define success. Success is your own thing. And that, I'll leave you with this. It's like the last thing I'll leave you with is Look, the bottom card is, put all those cards back, and the bottom card is perception. It's perceiving. What are you perceiving in reality to be your success? Yeah. What is your truth? What is your own reality? Like, the other thing that I've gone through this year is like that I'm still not good enough, that I still haven't made it. And I'm like, actually, I fucking have really made it, and I am successful, and I am doing what I want to do. And I am, you know, like in that space. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, but I was carrying so much shame, and this might help you, Christine. So the thing that I realized I've been carrying so much shame about is because I've been away from my family, I've been waiting for permission to go home. Like, I didn't realize that was sitting underneath there. For 20 years, I've been waiting for permission subconsciously to be good enough. And that's why I built my business, and like so many reasons I built my business, but there was a subconscious thread there that if I just built my business and if I was just successful, well, then it's okay, and I can go home and see and be with my family. Because when I left, the reason that I left was because they told me that I was working in a pet shop. I was managing a pet shop since I was 16, but that wasn't okay. I had to go to TAFE or uni or do something better with my life. So I left because I don't know what the fuck I wanted to do. I loved working in the pet shop and managing that. Like, I was managing the fucking shop. Like, I loved doing that, and I was damn fucking good at it, right? I love animals, blah, 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 blah. So when I heard that, I was like, what? Like, and that's why I left, and I've been like wandering around trying to figure out what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? The whole time. So, you know, it's like, you know, when I released that thread, I was like, oh, fuck, I can just be me now. And I can just do what I want to do now. I don't have to do it for anyone but myself. And this is where the love is coming back from it, because I didn't realize underneath I was doing it to get approval or validation or acceptance and permission from my family that I'm actually okay now. Like, talk about the subconscious running the show, right? Fuck it out. I'm going deep into this in the throat chakra consciousness, actually, Christine, and I know you're in there because you're in the inner circle. So yeah. All right, so Greta says, please be my mentor. How does that work? It's time for the work. Yes, so send me a private message if you want to work one-on-one with me. That is different containers that I do. So I don't like doing once-off sessions. I don't do them anymore. I just like working with my clients on a longer term basis. So whether it's 4 months, 9 months, or 12 months, because change takes time. And I'm not about to just have a one-off session and do a psychic reading anymore. That's why I do them on live stream. You know, like, that doesn't give change. It just gives answers, and it's not really the deep inner change that people need for their life. So I work with people on a longer term basis. So if you want to work one-on-one with me, send me a private message. We can chat about what's going to be best for you, what's the options, what it looks like, etc. But it is a longer term commitment that I work with my clients on. So yeah. Yeah, so you do feel successful already, right? And you just need to deeply drop into that and really own that. And, you know, so yeah, and I need to find a man before I go home. And like, it's fucked, man. Like, the subconscious threads we run, it's like, oh my God. And then when we release that, the freedom that comes from that, I can live my life. That's why my joy's coming back. That's why my joy's coming back. Thank fuck for that. Only a few more months of the 20 years though, and I'm out of here. No, like, out of the 20-year thing, I am looking forward to it. But anyway, it's what we walk through, and we walk through it, and we understand it, so we can help others with. I love you guys. See you soon.